If you've ever considered getting your real estate license, or maybe you already are a licensed real estate agent looking to join a team, these are the key contributing factors that I personally would look for when you're looking to join a team. So first things first, definitely an office. Yes, it is 2021. Offices in 2020, they basically didn't exist, but moving into 2021 and moving forward, offices absolutely are going to be a huge factor when it comes to owning and looking for a real estate team. So me personally, I own a real estate company here locally in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's called KMAC Realty Group. This physical office is actually my best friend's mortgage company's office. As you guys can kind of see, it's a large commercial space. You've got a conference room over here, some shared space over here, and we'll get to my actual office. My intention here, probably in the next 12 to 18 months, is to have my own large commercial space. But you need to make sure if you're joining a team, there's somewhere that you can all get together and collaborate in. So this is actually my physical office inside of the large corporate business. Again, intention is to grow from here, but this is a great place to start. I've got my business manager working on my production board over here, and we do have one licensed agent in the office. This is Daniel. Most of the work that I physically am going to be doing in my office is on my desk here. She does use my desk periodically if I'm not in the office, but this is a great space personally to start off with and build from. So it is obviously great to have an office space. Now I'm speaking here with Daniel, or if I'm speaking here with Jazz, it's much easier to get stuff done if they're actually physically there in person. I previously have hired individuals where they worked completely remote, or they worked half and half, sometimes at home, sometimes in the office, and I can tell you firsthand that if you're in the office, you're going to get more stuff done, especially if you're a new agent or someone that is trying to get a little bit more experience under your belt. It helps to be there physically in person. Now, I think one of the biggest contributing factors to people deciding which direction they go when joining a team is going to be either leads or marketing. Now, I will get into that in a little bit, but me personally, owning a team and building a team here, my biggest focus is culture. Just to give some clarity there in terms of culture, I personally am trying to bring on agents onto my team that I cannot just necessarily be seen as a boss, because for me, that's not what I'm really looking for. I want to work alongside people that I see as friends and people that are going to continue to grow in this business, that I can see 3, 5, 10 years down the road being exceptional real estate agents on my team and staying with my team for the long term. Now, we do a ton of stuff throughout the week in terms of just creating that culture. Obviously, there's a certain level of culture that you build in the office, but every single Wednesday we have the entire team here. We go out to lunch, we do some kind of collaborative environment activity here in the conference room together, and we're always working alongside each other to build that culture up. We also just hosted a client appreciation event last Saturday. That's to reconvene with basically all the people that I've helped in the past, whether it be someone I helped last month or someone I helped 3 or 4 years ago. My agents also attend those client appreciation events with their clients, and it's just one large family. So when it comes to looking for a real estate team and deciding whether or not the culture fits for you, I would highly suggest that you spend more than just a 30-minute quick interview with them. Maybe job shadow them, maybe see what they do on a normal basis. See if it's something that you're going to be able to align yourself with for more than a couple days or a month or two. Because at the end of the day, most real estate teams that are trying to bring on agents are not bringing on agents with the intent to have them turn over or leave within the next couple months. I know my intentions are to bring people in here, show them the culture and the brand that I'm growing, and hopefully have them stay for the long term. Also, just another side comment here. This is going to be a temporary, I guess, pro to having an office inside of a mortgage company's office. My intention is eventually to grow to the size of what he has and have a large office where it's essentially this commercial space but flipped. So instead of this being my office, it would be a couple lenders here, and the rest of the space would be my space with KMAC Realty Group. Now, the pro here is the fact that if I do have any lender-related questions, I can honestly just walk across the hall. And as real estate agents, especially with the business that I've built up in the last 4 years, more than 60% of my business is dealing with buyers. Now, if you're dealing with buyers, more times than not, you're going to be dealing with loans. And the fact that I can go across the hall and get any of my questions answered is super convenient. So I do meet a lot of newly licensed agents, and one of the biggest concerns, as I mentioned before, is going to be marketing and leads. So when you do meet with a team, whether or not you're going to join the team or not, One of the things that they likely should provide you is going to be leads and marketing. The question is, what type of leads are they going to provide you, and how good of quality are those leads? Now, I personally can go out and get a ton of ads, maybe $1 per lead, and give them to agents across my team. But at the end of the day, what's the conversion rate of those leads? At $1 a lead, it's probably going to be a very small conversion rate. Also, on the marketing side of things, do they use social media? Do they have Instagram? Do they use Facebook? Any of the platforms that we are using as a common day and age real estate company? Some people don't use social media and they have other avenues of marketing. The question is going to be, does that marketing fit kind of where you're trying to go or not? These are all questions that you can ask the team lead or the agent or the owner of the company that you sit down and speak with. Now, obviously, this is going to directly correlate with the split, because at the end of the day, people want to earn a living, and if someone's taking too much, they question if they're getting provided enough to warrant that price. And on the flip side, I know a ton of teams that just don't take a lot from the agents on their team, but the question is then, how much are they actually providing you? So when you do sit down with a team, make sure you are aware of the split. Now, obviously the split is something, if you are a licensed agent, it should be something that is very high on your list in terms of understanding and knowing, because at the end of the day, if you get your first commission check and you don't understand why you don't have as large of a paycheck as you should, it's because you didn't do enough due diligence when it came to understanding your commission split. So when it comes to your commission check, just make sure you're aware of how much money that team is taking. If they're taking a good chunk, you need to understand why they're taking that chunk. And on the flip side, if they're not taking a larger split, are they truly going to be there for you? Are they going to be helping you? Or is it just somewhere to hang your license? So to give you guys an example, I'll use my team here locally that I'm building. I do have obviously a real estate team in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I do provide a full-time business manager. She's an individual that works 9 to 5 in the office every single day, and she helps convert leads as well as work different tasks and helps me grow physically my business. She's also someone that takes care of a lot of the agent's tasks if they have issues or concerns not related to something that an individual that's not licensed, because she's not licensed, can take care of. And on the other side, I do have a full-time videographer. As you guys are aware, I have a YouTube channel and I'm uploading videos. The full-time videographer also does photography for my listings as well as videography for my listings. So he obviously helps me get all of my content out across all of these social media platforms that I have, including YouTube. In addition to that, I do have this office space. I do have this conference room that I can use at my own will, and eventually I will have a large corporate office that will house all of my agents and my staff. So having a place, again, as I mentioned earlier, to come to and collaborate in is a huge asset. I even honestly work for a virtual brokerage that doesn't have a physical office, but me, who's looking to grow a personal brand and a brokerage here locally, I need an office. Now, I do supply a ton of lead opportunities with my agents locally here, as well as great advertising with a marketing director. I do have a full-time transaction coordinator who does all the back-end work of transactions. And as I mentioned before, I do a ton of stuff just to keep up with clients that they've helped in the past. So with all that being said, I do have a little bit heftier of a split, but that split is reassuring that my agents on my team get leads consistently. They get leads that close. If they get leads that close, that means at least they're getting a paycheck. Because me personally, it took me 5 months on my own to complete one transaction. Most of us can't probably go 5 months without getting paid, but I was working another full-time job at the time. Most agents that are going full-time looking to join a team are not going to be able to survive in this industry if it takes them 5 months to do one deal. So if you are a licensed agent or potentially looking to get licensed or in the process of getting licensed, what are you truly looking for? I would suggest you look for culture, number 1, then look at leads and marketing as number 2 and 3. All of that combined, you should also make sure there's a place that you can come to, such as this office. And if you're looking for anything beyond that, just make sure it fits exactly what you're looking for. Just a little suggestion, just like mortgages, I would shop around. I would entertain a ton of different interviews and options to make sure that you're finding a place that fits for you. Because at the end of the day, all of the time and effort that you're gonna put in a local brokerage can absolutely make or break you in this career. If you do have any questions about becoming a licensed real estate agent, or if you already are a licensed real estate agent and you're curious about joining a team, make sure to leave any of those questions down in the comment section below and I'll make sure to get back with you. Thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help, and stay tuned for the next video.